friends. And Mike, now this is your chance to ask Agent a question, maybe about gameplay or 2K20 or 2K21. What's on your mind, Mike?
This idea of esports. I know a lot of people complain about dice rolls and missing full whites. Like, do you think that's something we need to go like to the extreme with? What I'm scared of, I guess, is like we make Team Pro-Am or something. Make it so that if you don't get a perfect release, you'll miss every single time.
The sprawling metropolis of Dallas, Texas is... And we've got...
Well, the NBA changed the lottery odds in 2019.
Great DA, thanks. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Beverly in at the point guard. And for the Mavericks, they've got Porzingis. Doncic out there with Curry. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Finney-Smith in at power forward. Now here is Hardaway. Porzingis trying to get free. Hardaway, no good. Doncic with the steal. From deep. That one doesn't go. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. And the foul on Dorian Finney-Smith. That is his first foul of the game.
And as Dirk Nowitzki walks off into the sunset, the Mavericks seem to have found their next European superstar in Luka Doncic. The number 3 pick in last year's draft had a rookie season for the ages.
And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. The 3, good, and Curry gets the assist.
And love how much Doncic believes in himself. It shows when he shoots off the pass like that.
Pass to Zubac. Porzingis with the steal. Here's Doncic. And it's off from three-point range. And Doncic, the EuroLeague MVP, led Real Madrid to a title. EuroLeague Finals MVP, all at the tender age of 19.
Incredibly accomplished. Despite that, slipped a little bit in the draft into the waiting arms of the Mavs, who moved up 2 spots to get him.
Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for the Mavericks. And at the end of the year, Brent, we've been seeing an uptick in play from some young lottery-bound teams.
Well, they're always excited about having opportunity to play loose and play free. The backside of that is you didn't play well enough to get into the playoffs. Right. So, good coaching staff with young teams that have potential, Kevin, will ask their teams to be spoilers. Like, embrace the idea of let's compete tonight against that team.
Make
they're
that
the
your
4th
playoff.
seed. Yeah, let's go up against this.
Sure.
There are other teams that, quite frankly, just give up on the year. And some guys will have some big empty numbers to finish off the season. You got to temper your kind of eyeballs on those things.
Now here's Porzingis. His scoring totals are something to take note of. He's averaging over 19 points a game. Hardaway from outside. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Marjanovic is checked in. That shot is off. Now Dallas takes it the other way. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets. Pass to Kleber. Goes up on the wing. Another shot. Marjanovic kicks to Kleber. Drops in the tray.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Beverly against Doncic. Yep, that one goes. Beverly's got his second basket of the game.
Well, Beverly showing a bit of his speed right there, out of the blocks, hoping to get something on the drive on the inside.
Doncic, no good.
Maybe a time to rest him right now, just give him a bit of a breather, try to help him get back on track.
Count the basket.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
And the rejection by Zubac. Oh, Morris in position. Doesn't go for him.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Yeah, you can see when it's that close, players reacting. Just, oh, man, we just missed that one. Maybe they'll get another chance at it.
Clippers leading by 3. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, and it's blocked. They recover it. That one goes. Count it. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Dallas. Curry outside. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Zubac has got 6 rebounds now in the game. And it's blocked. They retain possession. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And here are the Clippers now. Mavericks trail by 5. Doncic outside. Dallas no good that time either.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
To the inside. Marjanovic with it. Leonard picks him up. And the rejection by Zubac. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Morris with the bucket.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Curry passes to Hardaway. Passes it to Marjanovic. And they get it. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist.
Any possession that ends in a shot from that range after good player and ball movement, that's a good one.
Here's Morris. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's Los Angeles. Kristaps Porzingis grew up in faraway Latvia.
My older brother, he was a big fan of him.
And Greg, that's something different now for foreign players, isn't it? A lot more exposure to the NBA.
And KP, a fan of the culture. You saw him in cornrows as a kid. I think that helped prepare him for the transition.
And as we return, it's Noche Latina, celebrating the NBA's connection to the Latin American community. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
It felt like they knew that there were openings in transition, and you just wanted to keep trying to feed that, get out quick.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the floor for Dallas, they've got J.J. Barea. Also, Trey Burke out there. White is out there with Porzingis. And it's Finney Smith in at the 4-man position. Now here's Wright. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads. Cut to just 3 points on the basket from Barea. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession. Here's a look at the schedule now for Dallas. On Saturday, it'll be the Phoenix Suns coming into town. Then on Monday, they'll face off against Paul George and the Los Angeles Clippers.
And looking at the Blazers matchup, it's going to be an all-out battle. And you just hope they are rested and able to execute their game plan, as it's going to be a tremendous challenge.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Yes, that goes in.
Porzingis playing with some heart now, never giving up or into the defense, muscling through that difficult shot.
That's tipped. Now here's Barea to the middle. Good on that shot. And with that, the Los Angeles leads cut to just 1 on the basket from Kristaps Porzingis. A superstar summer, Greg, for the Los Angeles Clippers in Kawhi Leonard and in Paul George. Greg, they have 2 elite wings, great defenders in their prime.
Give them credit, but also Kawhi Leonard. pushing the levers behind the scenes. He wanted another superstar to join him in recruiting Paul George, who still had 2 years left on his deal in OKC. Kawhi took unprecedented control of his free agent destiny.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, we know about Lou Williams' story. The 3-time Sixth Man of the Year may be undersized, but he keeps finding angles to score. Williams said, "I can't shoot straight up. I've always played crooked. It's weird, but it's something I've developed, fading away from guys. I have bigger defenders on me, and it's just about creating space." Kevin, even well into his 30s, Lou Will still does it as well as anybody.
I would totally agree, David. He is always deadly. Thank you.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Williams against Barea. A 3-ball. It's rebounded by Leonard. Leonard's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard. And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Now, here's Barea. The pass to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Always nice to see Porzingis take some strides and get to that kind of glide.
Jackson looking around. The quick look, no good that time.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
Barea, that's a 2-pointer, and another basket for Dallas.
This story in the second quarter, much different than the one in the first. We're finally seeing some aggression.
Porzingis with the steal. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Pass to Finney-Smith. Right side Porzingis. Some nice passing here by Dallas. 41 seconds left in the first half. Porzingis, great positioning on the putback. Porzingis has got the lead up to 1 now for the Mavs.
I mean, the stroke looks good. He's moving well out there. What a sensational start to this game. Perfect from the field.
And here is Wright. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Williams comes with the double team. Shamet with the steal. And stolen by Wright. Here's Porzingis with a fast break chance. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed. He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
There's 10 seconds left in the first half of basketball. And the wide open shot from Morris. Wide open shot is on the money. Morris has got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Here's Doncic. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. A big-time effort.
Thanks, Kevin. Kawhi, you have grown so much offensively.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the 3rd quarter of basketball following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal. That was a rough ride in the first quarter for Dallas. They struggled to find an offensive rhythm or come up. And that...
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. And it's been a clinic out there by Kristaps Porzingis.
Yeah, and early on, he has been feasting in the paint, and you have to think they're going to keep feeding the big fella.
Oh, man, pouring it on right now, and why wouldn't you?
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Paul George. And it's Zubac in at the center, locking down the middle. And Brent, as you know, there aren't many players that can set a tone for a team, but Patrick Beverley is one of them.
And Patrick Beverley always embraces that role about setting the tone defensively on an opposing team's point guard, making sure that tonight, if you're going to beat the team that Pat Beverly plays on, you're going to have to go through that.
Here's Doncic after the Clippers pick up 2. Takes the 13-footer. Good on the jump shot. Doncic has got 5 points so far.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Beverly against Doncic. And that one's good. Beverly's got 6 here in this quarter.
Well, the talk at halftime must have been a good one. Right now, 3 straight buckets to start the quarter.
Here's Doncic. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Yeah, you don't see many of these opportunities for this team, but Kawhi, one guy who can get up there and get it done.
Now, here's Doncic. 5 points in the game. Down low, Marjanovic. And the rejection by Zubac. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's Doncic. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist. That's 7 points for Luka Doncic.
So many different offenses that Tim Hardaway Jr. has played in, but he's trying to improve in his on-court awareness. A good show of it there.
Now, here's Beverly. He's got 10. Yep, that one goes in there. Beverly's got it all tied up now for the Clippers.
This team really feeds off of one another in terms of their energy.
At least in the second half they have been. The first half wasn't played anywhere near this intense.
Beverly against Doncic. Most every team now, Brent, looking to run when they can run. Who's the most lethal big man in transition? You can get baseline to baseline in a hurry and make a difference at the other end.
Don't think I've seen any player do the type of things at his size and with his stride than Giannis. I just think there were eye-popping plays that people could not wrap their head around what it is he could do. Taking 2 steps from half court, lengthening out his right arm to finish at the rim, grabbing offensive rebounds from the block, not taking any steps and dunking it over the top and getting to the free throw line. Giannis running in transition as a big is a problem for the defense.
And all that on the offense, but on his defensive side, he was always doing the same kind of things defensively. Blocking shots, blocking out, whatever the case may be.
Yep, causing, just the simple fact of being a deterrent, Kevin, to people coming into the lane and using that length. Giannis Antetokounmpo is something special in that regard as a big.
Both ends of the floor, I totally agree. Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Hardaway, and Trey Burke subbed in for Seth Curry. Buries the long-range jumper.
Well, this is where his perimeter game just becomes dangerous for the opposition. Your defense extends out, and he can still bury those shots.
And it's Shamet missing. Dallas leading by 8. And there's a whistle. That goes on Landry Shamet. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Porzingis. Pass to Finney-Smith. Porzingis inside, guarded by Green. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. And we should take this time now to show you the real stats, real scores from the real NBA. These teams have been outstanding on the offensive glass this season. In third, the Mavericks.
And just having a terrific year on the offensive glass, it's because everybody buys in. Not just the big men, but even the guards are getting in on the act.
Will it go? The shot missing. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. Porzingis at the elbow. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Defense right now looking for the off switch on Porzingis. It's not to be found.
Fast break. Here we go. And that one's good. Right. And now a 12-point Dallas lead.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
And here's George for 3. That one misses.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Well, the other team is scorching hot, and they come down on this end and can't find a way to get the embers going.
Clippers trail by 15. We've got 28 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. And stolen by Wright. Here's Finney-Smith. He has 5. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Hard to imagine them.
And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
This is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And so it's Dallas feeling good about. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Dallas leading by 17. Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Seth Curry is out there with Wright. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward position. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks.
Well, when you see Porzingis attack the glass, you want to stand up in your seat. There's been these opportunities where we've seen him flying in for some highlight dunks. Good chance to see Paul George burst that time.
Wright, the pass to Finney-Smith. They get it back. Porzingis in the corner. It's Kleber. Another 3 for Dallas.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
And he gets it to go.
Yeah, we love when great offensive players get in a scoring rhythm, but Paul George right now in a great passing rhythm tonight.
Williams against Curry. To the left side wing. Passes it to Porzingis. Shot clock at 6. Here's Kleber, guarded by Green. And a deep 3 from Curry. Unable to get that one. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. They start a 3-game homestand with that game. Dallas leading by 18. The 3 from Porzingis. Tips it up, controls the rebound, and puts it back up and in.
Well, a missed box out and an easy tip in, but it's because of the activity as the ball is going up, Kevin, finding yourself in the right spot, just using some effort.
Dallas has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Outside Curry. Something Commissioner Silver has mentioned, Brent, the possibility of a mid-season tournament. You ever see that happening?
It'd be interesting to see if that idea grows some legs here, Kevin, and adopting what it is that in soccer leagues in Europe have done for many years, because teams hone in on what those individual cups mean and the competition raises, and you earn something for the end of the year. If Commissioner Silver can find a way to get that done, it becomes very intriguing instead of an all-star weekend to have teams gather for a mid-season tournament with something on the line. Elevated competition.
Well, kids play that in high school. They play that in the college level. It would make sense that it could fit in the NBA as well.
It'd be interesting, and especially halfway through the year, to reinvigorate your fan base with something like that, I think would be great.
Good point. And the shot goes in. And that's 17 points for Porzingis.
Yeah, Porzingis, the things we talk about is assertiveness, but that also comes with great stamina. Right now, he's determined.
Green dishes to George. Now, here is Morris. He's tightly guarded. That one drops for him.
And I like the different looks that Morris can give you inside, outside, and in transition.
To the wing right side. Here's Finney-Smith, defended by George. Out left to the wing. Here's Finney-Smith. Baseline try. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Dallas.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And for the year now, they'll ramp up their win total to an even 40. And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Porzingis.
Well, a consistent intensity is what he brought to the floor here. He hit the glass hard, and he came up with a ton of rebounds.
And Beverly kicks to Zubac. Leonard on the wing, guarded by Curry. Morris passes to Leonard. Here's Zubac. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Porzingis, that's a two. Again, the Mavericks score.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
Back to Morris. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Doncic with the steal. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Curry finds Doncic. Good, and Curry gets the assist.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on, and that can always help. That home advantage of home fans getting you going, fully on display here.
Leonard, no luck. Doncic outside, can't connect.
Well, Paul George showing off his defensive prowess right there. Full.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
am here joined by Snipes 2430, the most My League online wins. Snipes, how you pulling off all these W's, man?
Man, I don't know, man. Just hard work and dedication. I'm just putting in the miles, putting in that work. Definitely in the gym, getting those shots in.
Definitely. So what kind of setup do you have when you play My League online? Like, what are you doing with your friends, with
The fog pouring across the Golden. And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for... Well, yeah, they got a lot of pride there, there's no doubt, and rightfully so. Thank you. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Morris.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
And the Clippers starting 5. They've got Ivica Zubac. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Leonard in at the 3. And for Golden State, Curry and Clay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Green is out there with Andrew Wiggins, and it's Chris in at the center filling out the middle. Green, no luck. For Los Angeles, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. And again, the Clippers turn it over. They beat the Warriors during their last encounter in San Francisco.
Not a close contest either the last time they got together. Everyone in the rotation played solid, and the bench was the difference.
Great scoring output from that second unit. Such a luxury to have that extra ammunition.
I like this tonight, Smitty. We have veteran leadership on both teams. When you were a rookie in the NBA, who was your mentor?
You know, Kevin, this is going to surprise you because everybody looks at guys kind of on the court. My mentor was Manute Bol. Really? I played nothing like Manute Bol, but I would tell you, Kevin, he was my mentor. He would grab me by the ear and twist it and tell me what I needed to do as far as a leadership standpoint.
I never would have guessed him, Smitty, never.
Kevin, I walked in with some shorts and a polo shirt in Miami. He grabbed my ear and said, "That's not professional. You better wear a suit." I'm like, Manute, it's 90 degrees. I had to wear a suit every game.
I like that story. Here's Leonard, and he uses the glass on the layup. Leonard's got his second bucket tonight.
Aggressive D there, but then again, Kawhi finishes through contact almost as well as anyone.
Pass to Wiggins. He kicks it to Thompson. Clock at 6. Fires from the line, and good. Got the English that time as it falls.
The great ones make shots against great defense. Thompson believes in his abilities, as he should.
And that one's good. Beverly.
Oof, that is a tough shot.
The Warriors have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Here's Green. He can't hit that time. Good work defensively by Morris. Nobody near Leonard. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. Taking a look at the Clippers. Right now, they've acquired the second-best record in the conference. And, of course, the Golden State Warriors. They're looking to turn it around down at the bottom of the conference now.
And, guys, for the Warriors, they haven't gotten anywhere near where they wanted to be this season. Pretty clear there's a big talent gap between them and the true contenders.
And we've all thought this. They're just a middle-of-the-road team. The last thing anyone in the NBA wants to be.
And once Chris gets the position he wants, he is throwing it down with a vengeance.
And you see Clay back out on the court. Can't help but think of him going down with that torn ACL in the finals.
And Clay showed exactly how tough a player he is. Stayed in to hit his free throws, asked to stay in the game, and became an instant legend even in that losing effort. How about the heart?
Here's George. The Warriors making the shot. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Andrew Wiggins. The Clippers shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Zubac. Landry Shamet comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
So it's the Clippers now. The Warriors making the shot. Here's Shamet. And a miss there on the triple. Stolen by George. With a floater, and the shot goes down.
High offensive IQ. He makes great reads and adjustments on the fly.
Curry passes to Pascal, and that one drops.
Nice pass here to set that basket up.
Lob pass to George, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Nice pass, led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Curry's got 5 points so far. Williams passes to Morris. And he makes good on the layup.
An efficient score inside. Morris can beat you with a variety of moves.
Passes to Curry, to the paint. Here's Looney. Curry on the wing. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Clippers trail by 7. And George, here we go. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. George has got his second basket of the night. Curry deciding where to go with it. 1 second left, and there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
We know Steph's skills on the perimeter, but he can work inside with the big guys too.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors. So much talent on this Warriors team. Draymond Green.
The way I judge, whether we can play.
You know, Greg, defense is Draymond's specialty, no question about it.
And it all starts on that end. The Warriors feel like if they take care of business at that end, the offense will take care of itself.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And from what we've seen so far from the Warriors, how would you grade them?
Throughout the first quarter, they did a great job of just running the offense.
Credit the game plan coming in. They've identified the right matchups, and the execution is there.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Well, Steve, it doesn't matter how they do it, but there are some players, as you know, that can get into another player's head. I guess like a Dennis Rodman, but there are a lot of them now that play and use that tactic.
Yeah, Draymond Green, Kevin, Patrick Beverly, Chris Paul, I think is one of those guys. P.J. Tucker, he doesn't really talk, but he has a lot of antics. There's a lot of guys that like to get in your head. Also, Joel Embiid is one. He does it extremely well.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. And again, it's the Warriors missing.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
That's the leadership they're looking for from Jackson. Staying patient, surveying the court, locates the open man.
Here's Pascal, following the basket by Marcus Morris. From the stripe. Rebound by the Clippers. Green's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And it's the Warriors on the break from 15 feet away. Curry, good. Curry's got 9.
Love the work Steph puts into his game. Accurate from every spot on the floor.
The Warriors leading. Smailagic, headed by Green. The 3. Another miss by Curry. Clippers have gone a sensational 5 of 5 from the field since the start of the second quarter. While we have a break, we can see which teams have made the most of their second chance opportunities over the last 10 games. 5th, the Clippers.
I mean, you love their aggressiveness, not settling for one shot offensively, but really running down those loose boards and converting for extra points.
And he's good on the 3 ball.
Stephen Curry, as soon as he crosses the half-court line, he's in range. Well, at this point, it's undeniable that Curry is the greatest shooter of all time. You talk about guys like Ray Allen, he has passed up. That is big time.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Morris. Leonard comes in for Landry Shamet. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Lou Williams. And there are no metrics to deny. What Curry is doing is incredible.
And at this point, we take his jaw-dropping feats for granted. He passes the numbers test, and he certainly passes the eye test. Curry, the best at what he does.
And the Warriors making a change in. Chris is checked in.
You have to remember, Thompson's grown up in a system where sharing the ball is emphasized.
Here's Jackson. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Thompson against Beverley. In the corner, it's Wiggins. Here's Green. Tries it from 9. And it's Golden State with another.
Continuing to stoke the fire, his shot making has been absolutely superb.
Chris can't hit. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers, trailing by 4.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
To the middle. Here's Wiggins. Green with the block.
One of JaMychal's strengths is his shot blocking. Whether he's down low or on the perimeter, he gets up quickly.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession. Clippers ball. Let's now to take a look at the steal numbers over the last couple months. The scope of that for Green.
I feel like he hasn't been paying as much attention to the defensive aspect of the game as he needs to. His steals have dropped over the past few months, and he needs to get back some of that fire on D.
Now here's Jackson. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Warriors in San Francisco. Just 2 to shoot. Lets it fly from 18. Off the mark. His first miss of the game. 1 for 2. To the inside. Green. And Green slams it in.
At 6'7", Draymond is always capable of skying up for slams like that one.
Here's Jackson. Thompson against Beverley, and Leonard has it in the corner. Uses the glass to drop it in. Leonard's got 6.
He's a bona fide star. Kawhi Leonard with the workman-like approach.
The drive by Green. Here's Chris, and Chris throws it down.
Explosive leaping ability allows him to play the 5, even though he's a little undersized.
Jackson, that's good.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Great decision from Draymond to go up into the D there with his big body. Such an intelligent player.
Paul George, he's checked in for Los Angeles. And both free throws good for Green.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Inside.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And again, the turnover by the Clippers.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
There's 10 seconds left here in the second. From 6 feet, 4 seconds left. Can't hit from in close. What a performance for Draymond Green. He has been the story for the Golden State Warriors. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, guys. Andrew, what do you like about the way the team's playing so far?
We're competitive right now. We're going after it. In our possession, we're going hard.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. The first half went well, really well for Draymond Green. He had 14 points.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. A fantastic game from Draymond Green in this one.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers. A very high percentage of those in the first half.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. They've got Paul George. Marcus Morris is out there with Green. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Beverly in at the point.
I love the patience Beverly has developed with the ball in his hands. Terrific find.
Curry with the steal. Here's Chris. It's rebounded by Leonard.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And it's George finishing it off.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down.
The Golden State Warriors so great offensively. People forget about their defense. Their length and IQ make them tough to deal with, especially in the playoffs. Ooh, they've come out ice cold to start this half. 3 misses and as many attempts.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Zubac is checked in. Beverly finds Zubac. Here's Morris. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. In the last couple seasons, Golden State's defense in the regular season slipping off just a bit.
You know what I think what happens is with their elite offense, I think they started to rest a bit more on defense. Also, when you've been to the finals 5 straight years, some coasting can occur.
Leonard with the bucket.
With hands wider than the dimensions of the basketball, Kawhi able to control it with ease.
Goes up to the stripe. Thompson misses.
Very cold start to the second half. 1 for 5, looking for some continuity.
And it's Beverly missing.
And that's okay. Even though you miss, you had the right guy taking the shot.
Chris can't hit. Clippers trail by 3. And Morris throws it down.
Yeah, just aggressive there. Instead of going to one of his patented shots inside, Morris just simply rises up to be free.
Now here's Curry. 12 points for him. For 3. And the Warriors miss again.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. The Clippers have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. To the middle, here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Yeah, you see the athleticism George had on that dunk. It's so quick and explosive. Gets to the rim in an instant.
Now here's Wiggins. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
Well, Ivica Zubac may not block a lot of shots, but Smitty, he is still a solid defender.
What Zubac does is a great job of challenging players at the rim and provides great help from the weak side. He does rack up a lot of defensive fouls, but hopefully that decreases with time.
Oh, Morris in position. Pass to Zubac. In the corner, George with it. Shot clock at 6. Here's Morris, and it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
And the amount of confidence Morris is feeling right now, everything looks right. Just an awesome scoring display from him.
They could use a bucket. Drills it from outside.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
Williams finds Morris. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Outside Curry. Got a piece of it. Left side George. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Zubac, and it's Jackson in for Williams. Here's Curry, cans the 12-footer. Curry's got 14 points for the game.
I'll tell you, Steph has given the fans their money's worth.
Down low. Here's George. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
It's Curry outside. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Here's Looney. Second chance shot. But he recovers it. From beyond the arc. Curry kicks to Wiggins. Shoots the 3. And there's Stephen Curry on the assist by Wiggins. And that's now 17 points for Steph Curry. On the wing, Morris. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
And the powerful frame of Morris, difficult to knock him off his rhythm, and there finishing through the contact.
On its way from Curry for 2. Misses. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the LA Clippers. What a quarter that saw them generate a great comeback effort and are now out in front with momentum behind them. And we'll be right back after this. We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Here's Jackson. Green down low with Looney. Curry and Clay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. That's the Warriors' foul. Here's Looney and the powerful one-handed slam.
Good vision from Steph, but for that play to work, you also have to get open. Steph put it on the money.
There's the lob to Jackson. That shot no good.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
It started off looking good, but the timing was just a little off, and sometimes that's all it takes.
And that one's good. Beverly.
And this is what Beverly likes, playing at a high pace, making his presence felt in the open court.
1 minute now into this 4th quarter. Green taking his time here. Just 5 to shoot. The 11-footer. The shot by Curry, no good.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And you know, we always talk about this. Just changing the shot can be just as effective as blocking it, even though it's less spectacular.
Now, here is George after the miss from Stephen Curry. Jackson passes to George. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got his 3rd assist on the night. Now the pass to Looney. Green in the post. He's covered by Leonard. Missed inside. Pass to Morris. It's George on the wing. Plays it up off the glass. And now a 7-point Los Angeles lead.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
They're doing it by building it out, step by step, valuing each possession.
And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his first foul.
You want your team to be aggressive on the glass, but he was a little too zealous for that rebound.
Yeah, there's an art to snatching rebounds from behind, but most players can't pull it off. Tim Duncan was one of the best.
Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Passes it to Morris. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And it goes on Draymond Green.
And a guy who's bounced around the league a little. Surprising, given that Morris is a solid shooter and a pretty good defender and rebounder.
Wiggins is checked in for the Warriors. And Morris drops them both. Warriors trail by 6. Here's Curry. Around 3 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter. The shot from the low post is good. Curry's got 22.
Just another reason why we have to love Stephen Curry. His ability to provide baskets in key situations.
Here's Beverly. Pass to Zubats. Leonard against Wiggins. Leonard the pass to George. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Golden State's gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15. Outside Curry. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Now just a 2-point Clipper lead. And the wide open shot for Morris. Cans the shot with nobody near him. Morris has got 12 points in just the second half. There's the pass to Thompson. Golden State moving the ball around. Curry can't get it to go.
Low percentage shot from long range. Terrible decision, especially when you still have a chance to win this.
Golden State's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. And the basket by Pascal.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
I don't think he expected to get that good of a look. Poor communication defensively.
Los Angeles with another miss. And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for the Warriors. To tie it up, Thompson got it. A huge shot to tie it up.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
Now here's Leonard from 11 feet away. It drops.
Trying to ice this one, Kawhi showing his evolution as a closer.
Outside Curry. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Shot and game clock separated by 5. It's the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. Thompson for 3. It falls. And oh, that was an enormous three-pointer.
He lives for moments like this because he wants to be the guy to hit the clutch shot.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
How big is that? Or should I say, how big might that become? Just a brutal mistake.
There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now here's Curry to take the lead. Yes!
Clutch shots, Stephen Curry. His teammates, they trust him in those situations.
Here's George. So it's a narrow victory for the Warriors, pulling out the W. All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
benefits to the stick, resulting in unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
All right, we are catching up with the NBA 2K community talking about NBA 2K21, and we have Pretty Loves Pink in the house. Welcome back to the show. Love having you on, as always.
Yes, I love being here. Thank you for thinking of me.
Now, Pink, we talked last at the launch party of NBA 2K20. So tell the fans what you've been up to since then.
And with tip. Well, I like that story, David, and a good attitude. Great job. Thank you so much. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Morris.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
And the Clippers starting 5. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Paul George. And it's Zubac in at the 5 down low. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. And it's Anthony in at the small forward. Now, here's Lillard, following the miss by Marcus Morris.
And the Blazers, one of the best offenses in the league. I mean, their guards can make most any shot. And they've got some glass eaters to chase down any misses.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard. And Portland has possession after the basket by Los Angeles. Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
And once Lillard hits the ground running, he's ready to throw it down. The D has got to step in front of him to prevent that.
And the Blazers rely on their guards in McCollum and Lillard to generate, Chris, a lot of their offense.
You're sometimes right, Kevin. It even be to a fault at times. I mean, they need more offense from their front court. Guys who can pound the ball inside and generate some easy offense around the rim.
From deep three-point range, the Clippers keep it alive. That one's not going to go.
Just 1 for 5 from the field now. I mean, they've come out flat. They need to pick up the energy.
Anthony, the pass to Nurkic. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
They've come out with guns blazing. 4 for 5 from the field. They've got the D reeling.
Here's Morris. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
Just phenomenal awareness by Beverley. Just dishing the ball to the wide open man easily.
It's stolen by Morris. And here we go. George heading to the hoop. Oh, Morris in position. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Anthony. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
Oh, man, a reliable glue guy. Collins isn't just a skilled scorer. I mean, he's a rebounder, and he passes it well, too.
Beverley finds Morris. Over Collins. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Lillard, the pass to Collins. Count that bucket. Collins has got his second basket of the night. Another year of record-breaking offense. Why is it, Chris, that great offense so often beats great defense?
Because defense is not about stopping you. It's about making you take the option that the defense wants. And so if we make a guy that doesn't shoot jumpers very well, if we stop all the penetration and make him shoot a jumper and he knocks it down, you just got to shake his hand. Sometimes it's great D, better offense. And we know this is a scoring league. And, you know, you can play the best defense in the world and have your hand up and, matter of fact, smack him in the face. But Curry, Harden, LeBron, they're still going to knock that shot down.
Smack him in the face, you say?
Oh, I've tried that. I've done that before, and it doesn't work with the greatness. No. Just tap them on the forehead while they're shooting a jump shot and look the other way. They'll still knock it down.
Here's Beverley, and the shot falls short this time.
This quarter has been hit or miss for him. Mostly miss.
A 3 from Leonard. The shot misses, and it's Portland the other way. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies. Stolen by Beverley. Outside, George. They can't stop the run with that one.
He gets the playground jumper and can't make good on it. You don't get many chances easily than that.
Collins finds McCollum. Back to Collins. Trailblazers moving the ball around. against Beverly. 6 to shoot. Lillard outside. Nurkic. There's Nurkic putting it right back in. Nurkic has got 6.
One of the big reasons Nurkic impacts games is for that ability right there, staying active on the glass at both ends, converting the second chances.
Chalk up 2 there.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Lillard against Beverly. McCollum outside. Fires the 3. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. The first quarter concludes. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2000.
My inspiration really came from my mother.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and has not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And looking at what we've seen, Trailblazers pretty much in control here.
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, they really got after it. I mean, they made life extremely difficult for the shooters, which is why they hold this lead.
Hezonja at the 4 and Whiteside at the 5. Then it's Little, and it's Trent in at the shooting guard. That's the group on the floor for Portland. A three-pointer is right on target.
And 6 straight playoff appearances for the Blazers under Terry Stotts. Last season making the Western Conference Final.
Yeah, GA, and he was rewarded with a multi-year contract extension. He's done a great job developing their young players while also having them compete at a high level.
Trailblazers leading by 13. Hezonja the pass to Simons. Leonard with the steal. Here's Jackson. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
Man, you don't see this fella blow many layups. Not against D like that, anyway.
And finish off by Hezonja.
Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, and it's because of the looks they're getting. Their offense has created some great opportunities.
Trent passes to Simons. To the paint on the jam by Whiteside.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Yeah, and it hasn't just been the offensive output. They're putting in the work at the defensive end as well.
And they've won the rebound battle so far, and it's translated to the scoreboard.
Well, they look like they just want it more right now. You gotta love the hustle.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Shamet on the wing. He's coming off a 10-point game against Golden State.
He'll do some damage if they give him that shot. Don't give him a clean look. Get out there on him.
To the inside. Pass to Trent. Now Whiteside. He's guarded by Williams. Whiteside dishes to Little. And there's the pass to Simons. 5 on the clock. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Goes up from the top of the key. Portland keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. It's a 16-point game. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
And a lot of it is moving without the ball. When you do that, things tend to open up.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, Lou Williams won Sixth Man of the Year for the 3rd time last season. He joined Kevin McHale and Detlef Schrempf as the only players to win the award in consecutive seasons. And with the most career points ever scored off the bench, maybe they should just name this award after him. Kevin?
David, I'm all for it. Thank you so much. And boy, is he in good company. Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Marcus Morris comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Paul George in for Williams.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Hassan Whiteside.
The last 10 games, he has been on a heck of a run. 1st in blocks, 2nd in rebounding. And he's right there among the most efficient scorers in our league. 3rd overall in field goal percentage.
He has been a human highlight reel all season long. Clearly the best shot blocker in the game right now, and he has the numbers to back it up.
Oh, and when there's an open man, Jackson finds him, making it look very easy.
Whiteside, good. Whiteside's got 4 points this quarter.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And it's Green with the jam.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through. Morris with the rebound. Clippers trail by 18. Jackson has the open look. No good. He has missed 3 of his 5 attempts this game. Pass to Nurkic. Out to the right wing. Here's Lillard. That's a good shot, and now he's 3 for 7.
You can learn quick in this league. You can play great defense, and it doesn't matter. Lillard, good D, better up.
Nurkic with the steal. And here we go with Anthony running it up the court. It's deflected. It's stolen by Morris. 3 seconds separate the shot clock in game. With the putback. Here's Green. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Clearly a foul.
This is his first free throw of the game. And both free throws good for Green. Portland leading by 18. Here's Lillard. 6 points for him. Kicks to McCollum. Back to Lillard. Just 3 on the clock. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got 3 assists now in this one. And so it's Portland controlling the game and finishing the quarter with a 20-point lead. On a defensive effort they put on Kawhi. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
After one half of play, after 2 quarters, it's Portland out in front. They are in blowout territory, leading by 20.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? You keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Zubac in at the center, filling out the middle. Here's Nurkic. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Lillard left side. Takes the 3. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10. The NBA fans sometimes call the 6th man. Chris, talk about what a difference a raucous crowd, a home crowd, can make for a team and a player.
Well, I could talk about that from my experience. Let's talk about from my experience first. Sacramento, we had a lady called Sign Lady. Now, of course, she had a real name, but she says, just call me Sign Lady. She would make the most beautiful signs. Vladdy, we believe in you. Peja, every shot is good. She make them creatively. They be bright, they be big, and we looked for her for encouragement. The cowbells, how loud everyone there was. Some first-time gamers saying, this is my first game coming to watch. Go win, Chris. Or people that's been like, I've never missed a game. You want to do it for the fans, how loud they are, how they get on the teams, how they get on the refs. You got to love it. And then for the rest of the league, oh, my God. Last year in the playoffs, going to the Milwaukee Bucks, their home arena, that new arena they have there, oh, crazy. You want to talk about crazy fans? Go out to Toronto and hang outside with 10,000 crazy fans in the rain while they're singing and shouting and having fun over there in Jurassic Park. And we all know about the great fans that Golden State had all their years in Oracle, some of the most loyal fans ever. The 6th man, the fans being the 6th man, that is not a cliche. That is not made up for PR purposes. That's true and real. And some of the best players will tell you how those fans have taken them over the top, giving them energy to win some games.
A lot of energy.
And I've
been impressed with the unselfishness, but also getting guys the ball where they can do something with it.
Yeah, he's just not giving the ball up. He's passing with a purpose, and it's leading to scores.
And George kicks to Leonard. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Three-pointer, Lillard. That shot off the mark. And the Clippers will come the other way. From deep. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
Tells you a little something about their team. They've been able to pull in front despite his troubles tonight. One of the top 10 shooting guards in the NBA, C.J. McCollum. I mean, you wonder, though, would he be even better lined up as a point guard? I'm not sure. But his defense has been his shortcoming. At 6'3", his size is better suited for one. That's a perfect setup. Solid screen, defender can't avoid it. Opens up a clear path to the bucket.
Lillard finds Nurkic. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got 3 assists now in this one. See, Webb, you think about McCollum as a point guard. His assists have dropped 3 seasons running.
Yeah, Kevin, but that's because his role on this team is to score. I mean, he's so skilled. He can get other guys involved, but you want him putting it in the bucket. He's a better option than him besides Dame Lillard. On another team, though, with a chance to start at point guard, I wouldn't mind seeing that adjustment.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That's his first foul. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Here's Trent. He's guarded by Williams. Back to Whiteside. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Whiteside's got 6 points.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Williams gets the bucket.
Yeah, I'm surprised that D isn't respecting his mid-range game more. They ought to be. I bet you they will be soon.
Simons, the pass to Nurkic. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Here's Trent. He's guarded by Williams. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Nurkic. Pass to Trent. He kicks it to Little. Trying his luck from deep. It's hauled in by Noah. LA has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Lobbed up there for Green. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
You're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk. All of it perfect. Trent passes to Whiteside. And good that time. He's got 8.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Yeah. Horrible effort. It appears they may be on the brink of giving up.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Portland out in front, delivering the blowout. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Well, I like that he didn't make his decision too early. You know, he let the play develop. That's how you do it. Finds the weakness in that defense.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. We've got Hezonja. He's out there with Little. And it's Ford in at the 2. That's the group on the floor for Portland. No one near him. Magruder with the rebound. Patterson down low. Hezonja defending. And it's in there. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking. And more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
The Clippers again turning it over.
Story of their game right here. One sloppy play after another.
They are enjoying the commanding lead.
And it really gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest. Always critical when you get ready for that home stretch.
Pass to Horde. To the middle. Whoops, they pick off the pass. They're running. Nobody near. Williams nails the corner three.
And as they're trailing in this game, they're trying to stay in it with the triple. Shooting a lot more of them than they did in the first half.
Williams against Adams. Little dishes to Adams. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Adams has got his first points of the night.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
Yeah, very aggressive. I mean, he takes on the challenge with no hesitation.
Now the pass to Gabriel. Adams right side. Chris, the other day, Adam Silver has been talking about how the All-Star game, that system, is not working. He's been proactive in considering alternatives. What do you think?
Well, I love what he's done already. Just think about the All-Star game in 2019. Letting guys pick their players like old school on the park. I mean, that adds a little bit of ego, and that's what you want because we want competition. We want guys that like each other, don't like each other, that are playing against each other, that were in the finals against you. We want all that competition, all that mental game that goes into it. And so I love the fact that he's outspoken, that he's definitely ahead of the problem. But I think he did a great job by letting players pick their teammates because that already causes a little in-team drama that we'll see play out on the floor with how hard guys are playing.
Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Outside Williams. Out to the right wing. Shoots it up. And it's Magruder missing. Trailblazers leading by 23. To the paint. Here's Azania. Second shot opportunity, and he lays it straight in.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there, no box out.
Oh, it's simple. When you fail to put a body on someone, you're inviting a breakdown on the defensive glass.
1:52 left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Horde. They get a hand on it. Passes it to Gabriel. Hazonia with the ball. Pass to Horde. Shot clock at 5. Back to Hazonia. Puts the move on. Tries again. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That's on Patrick Patterson. That's good from Hazonia. And with a younger generation of fans cutting the cord, Adam Silver has talked about ways, Chris, to make the games, the NBA games, more accessible.
Yeah, and as a guy, Kevin, that played on the West Coast, I know many people aren't happy with this idea, but I say move the games up an hour. Move it to 6 o'clock so that I could watch LeBron on the West Coast, and I'm living on the East Coast and be to bed by a normal time when kids can stay up. But how about the streaming? I mean, you can watch it on your phone. It's so many better in different ways now. I mean, before, if you were traveling, you could never watch a game because you had to be by a TV set stuck into a wall. Now, that's your phone, your pads, and everything else. So I love the game. It's becoming more global because of the expansion and how we've gotten players out there in front of fans. And now, with the access that fans have through some type of mobile device, I just love it. I love it.
Lillard with it. From deep three-point range. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Magruder passes to Patterson.
Oh, you have to appreciate the ball moving and the commitment to getting a high percentage look.
This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
Wow, Kevin, what a performance we are seeing.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Lillard finds Nurkic. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Lillard against Jackson. Fires the 3. And Damian Lillard, good for the 3.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
That's why they're in the driver's seat right now, looking to put this one away.
And so Portland takes this one. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks.
unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. body fluid. And goaltender.
It's like a beast.
So we just talked to Aerial Powers, and I hear that you're going to be in her tournament. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
We don't have any details yet, but I do know that Hazel's going to be a captain, and she asked me to be on her team. I don't know if I was supposed to be a secret or not, but everybody knows now I'm on Hazel's team, so look out for us in the Aerial Powers tournament coming up. The all-female tournament, by the way.
So what's your game plan going into this tournament?
Oh, I like to play.
And let's go.
More than 40 years.
It is indeed, DA. Thank you. And a chance to take a look at some numbers for Morris.
And guys, he's regressed a little bit offensively. He hasn't been the same this month as he was earlier in the season. He's lacking the edge that he had, and he needs to change his mindset. Stop sitting back and get into attack mode.
Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Seth Curry is out there with Luka Doncic. Then there's Hardaway. Then there's Porzingis. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 4 spot. And for the Clippers, we've got Kawhi Leonard. Ivica Zubac is out there with Morris. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in at point.
Porzingis doing a nice job using that length to clean up the glass nicely.
Here's George. Count that one. You and I were looking at the rosters. Both these teams very deep, so there's a lot of fouls to give tonight.
Yeah, that's a great observation by you, Kevin. And when you have that kind of circumstance where your bench is deep, it allows you, I think, to bring an aggressive mindset in terms of how you're going to defend and how you're not going to allow easy baskets because you're able to foul and not be so concerned about foul trouble.
Poor design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
And you do not want to let him get going early because that can get you cooked.
Now here's Beverly. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Warriors in San Francisco. Outside Curry. Doncic against Beverly. Fires from the wing. That doesn't go either for Doncic.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's his first foul. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Beverly against Doncic. And Beverly kicks to Morris. And Morris throws it down.
Love the unselfishness of Beverly. I mean, when he sees his teammate wide open, he quickly gets him the ball.
The Mavericks have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And George gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. George against Curry. Good work there as it goes.
It helps when Seth Curry is on the attack. He wants to get as close to the rim as possible.
Beverly against Doncic. Poked loose. And is out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession.
Take a look here at the numbers for Porzingis. He's been dominant over the last month. Second in blocks, and he's an elite glass eater, a factor inside among the top 10 in rebounds per game.
And as you said, one rung below the leader in block shots. Tremendous motor. He's simply been destroying opponents in the lane. If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Curry looking around. From the line, it's hauled in by the Clippers. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
Mental toughness on the road. The arena was rocking, but they just got down to business and never let up.
Well, you know, it takes character, poise, toughness to win on the road, and that's exactly what they showed last game.
Now, here's Doncic. Paul George unable to get his shot to go.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
You know, guys, the Dallas Mavericks with the longest active sellout streak of any pro basketball team. You can put sellout in quotes because they actually give a lot of tickets away to schools and community service groups to make sure that building is full.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Passes it to Zubac. Morris kicks to Leonard. Misses off the left iron. You know, Clark, the Mavericks making their games accessible to Dallas fans, much more concerned with the packed house and the revenue at the gate.
Yeah, and I like that philosophy, guys. I mean, building their future fan base, those fans will be around for a while, giving young people a chance to become Mavericks fans for life. And you start early, and it pays dividends down the road usually.
A different look for the Clippers. Green, he's checked in for Zubac. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Then for the Mavericks, Wright comes in for Curry, and it's Burke in for Doncic. Porzingis on the follow.
You know, with that top-shelf athleticism and the 7'3" frame, Porzingis always a threat for a putback jam.
Now here's Williams. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game.
And the defense no factor, which is why he simply laid it in.
Here's Wright. The lead is 2. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
There you go. Relentless pursuit of the ball. I love it. He never stopped working.
Williams kicks to George. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
I like the intensity that George plays with down inside. It's really what earns him a lot of these calls.
Landry Shamet's checked in for Los Angeles. Then for the Mavericks, Marjanovic checked in for Porzingis. And Barea subbed in for Hardaway.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Now here's Burke. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Pass to Kleba. And here is Marjanovic. Shot clock at 6. Three-pointer. Burke can't get it to go. The Clippers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
One of the things they've done, guys, is taken pride in their free throw shooting this season, and rightfully so.
Barea kicks to Kleba. Trying to find Marjanovic. Gets it over to him. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And still a close game as the first. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And guys, what's your take so far on the Mavs?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Oh, there's no doubt about it, guys. Without those second chance points, this game would have had a much different feel to it.
Kawhi Leonard is out there with Landry Shamet. Then it's Williams. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Green in at the 5. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter.
Well, he knew how many inches he had over the guy. I mean, let's face it, good decision to just rise up and take the jump shot.
Here's Barea. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Last time they met was in Dallas, where they beat the Mavericks.
Yeah, it was a narrow win, but at that last meeting, I think foul trouble for the other side may have really just tipped the scale and allowed them to escape with the W.
You know, whether it was their smart play or a few whistles that perhaps could have gone either way, when games are tight, every decision becomes more magnified.
Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they?
Yes, they can, Kevin. They can't allow him to beat them to too many more of those.
Bucket is good.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pretty clear. It's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
And now Barea running the floor all by himself. Jumps up, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
You know, those kinds of plays can be difference makers, game changers, momentum shifters, especially in a close contest where one or two possessions can impact the outcome.
Here's Barea. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. A nice shot by Barea. Mark, do you think on average rookies are having a greater impact on their teams now than in decades past?
I really don't think so, Kevin. You can go back and look at the numbers historically. Every draft class usually has 6 to 10 rookies that have a significant impact on their respective teams. And of those 10, perhaps 10 or 12, maybe only a few are going to be on playoff teams just because of the nature of the draft. I don't really think that's changed tremendously over the decades.
Leonard finds Jackson. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Patrick Beverly comes in for Williams. Dallas also making some changes. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for DeLon Wright. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Burke. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. And Los Angeles with some changes. Morris comes in for JaMychal Green. And Georgia subbed in for Landry Shamet. Porzingis is checked in for Dallas. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for J.J. Barea. Now here's Jackson. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. While we have a chance, here are the NBA's assist leaders for the second half of the season. Luka Doncic, 4th.
Wow, he's taken his passing to a whole new level. His court awareness has really improved as we've gotten deeper into the season.
Here's Marjanovic. Down it goes, his 3rd basket. He's now 3 for 4.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Beverly up top, guarded by Hardaway. There's Jackson with the 3. And no good. So the Mavericks will take it the other way.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Guys, that's been the key to their lead. I mean, simply put, the effort they've displayed on the glass has been the difference.
And so far, the story on Luka Doncic.
He's been on a tremendous roll since the All-Star break, averaging about 27 points per, 9 assists, and 8 rebounds. And his playmaking really stands out, making his teammates better offensively with his terrific passing.
Yeah, he's outstanding at controlling the tempo. I mean, keeps the ball moving, and of course, finds the open man.
Porzingis on the follow. Porzingis has got the lead up to 9 now for the Mavs.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up.
That's what they've got him out there for, fellas.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and they'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
Both free throws good from Beverly.
Man, I tell you, you really have to appreciate how much Beverly hustles. He plays hungry and with an edge. He's skilled, though, on both ends to the floor in addition to that.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Now, here's Doncic. Free throw line jump shot, and another basket for Dallas.
Boy, that's a recipe for disaster, fellas. Allowing Doncic to get comfortable from this area, forget about it.
From deep, George. And it's Finney Smith with the rebound.
And offensively, they've gotten stuck on the perimeter, falling in love with the jumper.
And maybe shying away from contact a bit too, Greg. I mean, their free throw attempts are also down from the first quarter.
And Hardaway gets it to go.
Boy, that quick trigger mindset, when Hardaway Jr. is firing away like this, you know he's feeling it.
And it's, wow, he nails the buzzer. And that does it for the first half of play. It's Dallas. They lead by 12.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. They were able to squeeze ahead by the... And that...
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Clippers trail by 12.
And as long as Reggie Jackson is healthy, he's going to give you some punch as a lead guard. Solid scoring option and a guy who's also unselfish in terms of getting his teammates involved.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the floor for Dallas, Luka Doncic out there with Curry. Look at that.
Oh, my goodness. Watch out. And you know what? For me, these dunks show exactly how great an athlete George is. I mean, sometimes you're surprised that the basket doesn't come down with the force he punches it with.
Doncic, no good.
You know, even though they have the lead, you can tell he's frustrated with himself that he's not doing more.
Mavericks leading by 8. Pass to Porzingis. It's stolen by Morris. A little over a minute gone here in the second half. A three from Leonard. Here's Zubac. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Those are free points you're giving away. You've got to work harder on the glass.
From 12 feet out, Curry, good. Curry's got his second bucket of the night.
Seth Curry's game in the mid-range area continues to look better, taking advantage of all opportunity.
A flawless finish on the alley-oop.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley-oop.
I got to say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going.
Neither did the defense.
Doncic outside, looking to get back on track here. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Zubac has got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. George finds Morris. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Well, they're getting stops, and they're attacking on the offensive end.
You know, it's taken a big run, but they were able to get back into this one. Very impressive. No quitting these guys. He can be dangerous from outside. Sure, he didn't get one to go in the first, but we know he can get on the roll and knock him down.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. They've led by as many as 14 points. Down low. The pass to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Boy, like seeing these passes. Doncic has a keen sense for when one of his guys is open, and he gets it to him on time, on target.
Doncic against Beverly. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Finney Smith's got his fourth rebound in this one. Hardaway passes to Finney Smith. Hardaway kicks to Finney Smith. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Back to Porzingis. 5 to shoot. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Once Porzingis gets some momentum, just get out of the way.
And Leonard has it in the corner. Connects from three-point range. Leonard's got 11. Clark, you were so prolific in so many areas of the game. Which part of basketball came the easiest for you?
I think the rebounding piece. I always had a knack for sniffing out missed shots and had the size and timing and hands to chase down rebounds, but that was probably the strength of my game and the most unique part of it at an early age. And then the ball handling. My dad was 6'4" in the 50s, which meant you pretty much played inside, and he drummed into my head and my heart. Make sure you can handle that ball. So from the time I started playing, I was dribbling and making sure I could handle it, and it served me well during my playing career.
Outside, George. A three-pointer, no good.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backcourt.
Greg, and that's been the key to this league. I mean, they've really dominated the glass.
Clippers trail by 9. Porzingis with the steal.
And if they're thinking, they can get a 2-for-1 here.
Well, we'll see if they have the awareness to realize that.
Hardaway with a wide-open look. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
You two players.
That's a jump ball. And so it's Dallas with it. And Morris comes over to help Curry. Out to Doncic. Passes to Hardaway. Off target from outside. Leonard on the wing. Guarded by Doncic. Kicks it out to Leonard. There's the triple. It's good from long range. Leonard's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Clippers.
How about Kawhi Leonard knocking down the three ball? Didn't have that shot when he got into the league. Love seeing how he's improved as a shooter with the outside jumper.
And so it's the Dallas. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Mavericks leading by 6. We've got Reggie Jackson. Morris is out there with JaMychal Green. Then it's Williams. And it's Shamet in at the 3. That's who's out there for the Clippers. A chance to check out Los Angeles' upcoming schedule. On Friday, they'll face off against DeAndre Jordan and the Brooklyn Nets. And then on Saturday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans.
And for the game with the Mavericks, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
Right side, Williams. The rebound by Marjanovic. Marjanovic has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Burke, the pass to Marjanovic. It's stolen by Morris. Shamet with it. Kid Gilchrist there. Outside, Green. The tray. The shot that time, not on target. So the Mavericks will take it the other way. They've led by as many as 14 points. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. And here's Jackson. He kicks it to Morris. Williams against Wright. And the shot is good. The Maverick lead has been cut down to 5 on the bucket from Lou Williams.
Boy, he twisted his body up right there just enough to create space. Williams so slick and ill-like inside.
Here's Wright. It's a very good look and converts. Wright's got his first basket of the night.
And he found the soft spot in the D on that possession.
And here's Green outside. It's rebounded by Dallas.
We know how good a shooter he is. It's frustrating for him when he's not able to knock down that kind of wide open look.
Stolen by Jackson. Williams with the ball. Now Wright defending. And Morris throws it down.
And you see Morris aware of his surroundings, getting a good jump down court.
Pass to Burke. Here's Marjanovic, and he finishes nicely on the layup. And the Mavericks lead by 7. And so Green will bring it up for Los Angeles. On the wing, Morris. Good, nice job down low.
And I like the different looks that Morris can give you. Inside, outside, and in transition.
And Marjanovic with the slam.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and one foot.
Yeah, important points from Morris. And when he's feeling it, he'll step up and take control.
Well, that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That'll be his second foul of the game. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Green. Leonard comes in for Landry Shamet. George is checked in for Lou Williams. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Reggie Jackson.
Well, he's much better than that. Really no excuse for missing that lay.
Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Hardaway, that's a two-pointer. Keeps it alive. Porzingis on the follow. And let's get your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Mavericks.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They worked hard tonight at crashing the boards as well. They've had a bunch of second-chance points.
And George gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. Mavericks leading by 7. Doncic passes to Porzingis. Back to Doncic. We've got 1:28 left in the game. Misses the 3.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And that one's good. Beverly.
And despite being a little guy, Beverly knows how to step up big. Terrific at delivering when his team needs an important basket.
Porzingis against Zubac. And the dunk by Porzingis.
An elite scorer, demonstrating once again how fast he can fill it up.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And one thing about Beverly, he's not just nasty on defense. He's great at getting the defense to rough him up on the other end, too.
Right, he's checked in for the Mavericks. So he comes up empty at the line. Pass to Porzingis. Here's Finney-Smith, covered by Morris. No one near Curry as he lets it go. No good from outside. Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
That's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
Wright finds Doncic. Back to Wright. Here's Finney-Smith. The pass to Porzingis. Hits the three-point bomb. And the Mavericks lead by 10.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what, and they got it done.
So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about...
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.
puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending. Unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltending.
okay?
Of course, always.
So, Pink, last year, I remember we talked about the WNBA coming to NBA 2K for the first time. I can confirm that it's back in NBA 2K21. What are some things you'd like to see to improve on the WNBA inclusion?
I would like to see, people that are not my size look so short. I remember Erica Willer. I remember playing with her. She looked really small.
There it is, the Staples Center in Los Angeles, where we're getting set to bring you all of today's action. It's NBA basketball. And here's a look at some numbers for Morris.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
Now Golden State's starting 5. Curry and Clay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Chris is out there with Draymond Green, and it's Wiggins in at the small forward. And for Los Angeles, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's George in at the shooting guard. Leonard with the steal. And George, here we go. Pass to Beverley. Back to George. Lets it go from deep. Chris with the rebound. On offense, here are the Warriors.
Boy, you think back to the quadriceps injury that derailed almost all of the 2018 season for Kawhi Leonard. I'll tell you, he is back to peak form and reminding us that he is elite on both the offensive and defensive ends.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Wiggins finds Green. Shoots from 14. And Curry the bucket on the assist by Green.
I think you pay the consequences if you leave Draymond Green's teammates open. He has a knack for getting the basketball where it needs to be.
And you talk about the best two-way player in the NBA. I think a lot of people, Doris, would put Kawhi Leonard at the top of that list.
Let's remember, Kawhi's a former Defensive Player of the Year, averaging over 25 points a game for a season. He doesn't necessarily wow you with his eye-popping athleticism, but the reality is this: Kawhi Leonard is a multi-time champion.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, Greg, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
The shot's good on the assist by George. Leonard's got 5.
Don't you love it when you've got a small forward who can pass the basketball just like Paul George did there? Makes it look easy.
Curry gets the bucket.
Boy, 4 for 4 to get things started. Must have been a good shoot-around this morning.
And there's the call on Curry. That is his first foul of the game. And here's George for 3. It drops for his 3rd basket. He's missed only 1 shot. Warriors have gone 4 of 4 to start. So a nice offensive rhythm to start here. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Beverley finds George. And Doris, you played point guard. What do you like to see from that position?
Well, I'm going to go back to the Showtime Lakers, which was my first team that I adored when I was a kid watching the NBA. And the reality is this, Kevin, I love to see teams play in transition, get out in the open floor. What's better than watching Steph Curry cross half court with a full head of steam and the defender knowing, oh, good God, anything could happen here. He might pull a 3, he might finish in spectacular fashion off the run, or he might find a teammate for a momentum-building 3. Like, get in transition and run, baby.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Zubac. Landry Shamet comes in for Marcus Morris. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverley. Williams kicks to Leonard. Makes it off the glass. Leonard's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Kawhi Leonard's length lets him play bigger than his size.
Golden State moving the ball around. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Here's Pascal. And it's sent back by Leonard.
Well, the length of Kawhi Leonard twice on the pipes with that 7'3" wingspan.
Williams for three. The Warriors pull it in. Their last encounter was in San Francisco.
Well, if they want to avoid the outcome of that first meeting, they'll need to be stronger on the glass. They were completely outmatched in the last one.
Well, you have to believe the coaching staff made that a point of emphasis. Better aggressiveness, better intensity on the backboards.
Pass to Looney, wide open, and the jumper is good.
Well, late rotation by the defense, and Wiggins has the vision to find the open man.
And so Green will bring it up for Los Angeles. And that one, good. And that's now 9 points for Kawhi Leonard.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
And he banks in the layup.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Shamet the pass to George. Back to Shamet. Three-pointer. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
There you go again. A nice kick out after the D had collapsed on him.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. There's the pass to Poole. Over Williams. And Poole gets it to go.
So far, both teams scorching the Nets. You gotta love it.
Well, you love it when you can get off to a fast start offensively. You hate it, though, when your opponent does the same.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Kawhi Leonard has been on display for... Steph Curry talks about the visual drills he does to help.
It's a cognitive and neurological drill.
The improvement he's made, Greg, in his ball handling has really unlocked his game.
I mean, able to keep his head up as he attacks off the dribble, read the defense, and drills like that can only help.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
Kawhi Leonard is out there with Green. Then it's Williams. And there's Jackson. And it's Shamet in at the three, the small forward. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. The Warriors shooting their first free throws of the evening.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for. Around 80% on the season.
Morris is checked in for Kawhi Leonard. The Warriors also with a sub. Curry's checked in. Shamet got a piece of it. And he's able to get it back. Inside. The kick out to Williams. And another three for the Clippers.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Greg, I'm just so impressed with the level of finesse and craftiness that Lou Williams... Oh my goodness! Wow. What a play!
Andrew Wiggins should get a 10 for degree of difficulty. That was beautiful.
And stolen by Wiggins. No one near Curry as he lets it go. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins.
You know, a lot of coaches might let you hear it for taking the three-pointer on the break, but I like the decision there. The D had already collapsed inside.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
And in recent years, some call the Warriors the greatest fast-breaking team since the Showtime Lakers. Doris, do you concur?
Greg, the Showtime Lakers are my all-time favorite team. But I will say, because of the shooting, the ball handling, the passing, the capability on every possession for something spectacular, I would say that this team was as close as you can get to the Showtime Lakers.
Zubac is checked in for Los Angeles. Patrick Beverly comes in for Williams. The Warriors making a switch here. Clippers leading by 3. On the wing, Morris. Back to Jackson. On the wing, Morris. Covered by Wiggins. Morris with the bucket.
Well, this guy's a capable scorer from the interior. Marcus Morris, adept at using that size and touch to his advantage.
Here's Chris. That one, no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
Well, on the road, you don't expect to look so comfortable on the offensive end, but that was the story of the game.
It came down to execution. No wasted possessions, and that is absolutely essential trying to win on the road.
And the rejection by Zubats. Outside, Green. The feed now to Jackson. And that'll be 2 free throws coming. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter.
On any given night, you understand that Steph Curry is a threat to go off, and it doesn't ever become less enjoyable to watch. How about that, Kevin?
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Kicks it out to Wiggins. Beyond the arc. Rebound by the Clippers. Their next game, playing at home, as the Nets come into town. And that's game 2 of this string of 4 games played at home. They kick it out to Green. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Passes it to Morris. Now Zubats. Clock at 6. Pass to Green. And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
To a certain extent, you like the aggressiveness, but that's 2 fouls already. Take a step back.
George is checked in for the Clippers. And it's Beverly missing.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
Thompson. And some very quick points for him on that possession. Thompson's got his second bucket of the night.
There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
And Doris, for as great as Klay Thompson is with his shooting and his scoring, you have to acknowledge his terrific defense as well.
Kevin, he is elite on the defensive end of the floor. For Klay Thompson, he's tall enough, he's long enough, he's got exceptional feet, exceptional length, incredible discipline, stick-to-itiveness. Any defensive quality you could hope for, Klay Thompson has it.
The shot by George, no good.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling.
Here's Jackson. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Jackson's got 6 in the quarter.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Curry kicks to Thompson. It's tipped. Pass to Curry. From deep. That's no good, but only his first miss in 6 shots. Jackson against Curry. On the wing, Jackson. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Warriors in San Francisco. From the stripe, Draymond Green with the rebound.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And the rejection by Zubats. Feeds to Morris. He kicks to Beverly. Puts up a 3. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very... Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball. The story early on was Kawhi Leonard, who was on fire. He had 11. And that'll...
And we're having Halfway through this one, plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Curry has been sensational.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
What I love is they've continued to feed this guy, ride the hot hand until the defense does something about it.
And on the floor for Steve Kerr as we get into the second half. Curry and Clay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Draymond Green is out there with Wiggins, and it's Chris in at the 5.
And plays like that demonstrate Paul George's athletic ability. He's not just an elite scorer, he is a high flyer.
Here's Green. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. And that's now 6 points for Draymond Green. Beverly deciding where to go with it. And George kicks to Zubac. And the pass to Beverly. And here is Zubac. Over Chris. George. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Clippers lead by 6.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Chris finds Curry. And it's Marquise Chris with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
And he drew that call by establishing his base early and then doing a great job at the box out.
Well, just good fundamental basketball. You go hunt a body, make sure you box out. Good job.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Zubac. Andrew Shamet comes in for George. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. And while we've got a second in, now let's take a look at the real stats, the real scores from the real NBA, and find out who the steal leaders are. 5th best, Kawhi Leonard.
And he's been a rock for them defensively. Just so many steals for him this year, and so many of them have been in key moments for his team.
Well, last summer, Greg, was supposed to be a large courtship for Klay Thompson. The injury, though, kind of changed things in his free agency.
It didn't take long for him to re-sign with the Warriors. I think as soon as the team offered him a max deal, he signed. Looks like the Splash Brothers will be together for quite some time.
Green with the rebound. And so Green will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. Poked away. Curry against Williams. An easy 2 points on the layup. Williams has got the lead up to 10 now for the Clippers.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Thompson passes to Curry. Rebound by the Clippers.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded. What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
And that, to me, Greg, is a sign of excellent coaching. There's an attention to detail. There is valuing of every possession.
And there's the call on Lou Williams. That's his first foul. Jackson is checked in for Marcus Morris. Williams with the ball, picked up by Thompson. Ahead, here's Leonard. No good. That's just his first miss in 7 shots. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. That one rolling around and rims out. Williams against Thompson. Back to Williams. And it's good for 2. Williams has got 9 points.
Outstanding pass, on time and on target.
Throws it up high.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. Golden State moving the ball around. Thompson for the triple. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Here's Los Angeles now. They're on a 16-4 run. Here's Pascal. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard. We got a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. You take a look at the Clippers. They're second in the conference and looking to finish strong heading into the playoffs. And, of course, the Warriors. Quite a few spots down the ladder right now.
Yeah, and I think the Clippers, they must have reached every goal they set for themselves this season. For them to be this high in the standings this late in the season, what an accomplishment.
I don't know of anyone who thought the road to the championship would travel through their building this season, but that just may be the case.
Kicks it to Curry. Launches a three. Green with the rebound. Green's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Offensive rebound. Goes back up. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And the first one at the line is good. A different look for the Clippers. George is checked in for Landry Shamet. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Lou Williams. Here's Lee. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
How about the timing? Can be the difference between an assist and a turnover. Nice delivery.
Here's Jackson. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Jackson's got 8 points.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Back to Lee. And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his first foul. Wiggins right side over George, and the shot no good, a bit short. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with a 19-point advantage heading into the next quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
Well, GA, you know a thing or two about a point guard's job. Set the table for your teammates. Done there perfectly.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. The 2 stars, George and Leonard, fill up the forward slot. Patrick Beverley out there with Jackson, and it's Zubac in at the pivot spot manning the middle. That's who's out there for the Clippers. To the inside, Leonard with the steal. Here's George, and the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
There's a rhythm with which Paul George plays the game of basketball. That pace is so important.
Curry's shot is off.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Jackson, that's good.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Here's George. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
A shot by Curry, no good.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well. And that sends Patrick Beverley to the free throw line. And it goes on Draymond Green. So both teams making some changes here. Doris, when you look at draft eligibility requirements, it is a very fluid topic with a lot of different ways it could go, a lot of moving parts. Where do you stand?
I'll tell you the truth, Kevin. I'm conflicted about this because I believe there is real value to the college experience. There's high-level coaching across the game at the collegiate level, but I also believe that young men who have talent should be able to, when they are eligible, decide when they want to become professionals. So, listen, I'm sort of in the middle. There are legitimate arguments to be had for both sides. What I hope, regardless, is we get the best players in the league, and that's certainly going to happen whenever it happens.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
The Warriors shooting at 46%, making some buckets. Curry kicks to Thompson. Back to Curry. All sorts of time, and it goes down 2 points.
Well, that's where you see the IQ of Klay Thompson, a step ahead of everyone else. A beautiful delivery.
Here's Magruder. He's covered by Thompson. Here's Beverly. Green with the block. And they get it back. A second chance effort. Patterson can't get it to go. The Warriors have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, this guy, a top 10 pick in 2016, we have seen Marquise Chris's talent. We've also seen the areas where he can improve.
And the Clippers making a change here. Williams has checked in. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Puts it up from 12. That one doesn't drop. So Golden State will take it the other way. Pass to Thompson. And it's Marquise Chris with the foul. And that'll be his third foul so far.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
Low block shot. Patterson, that's good.
Well, this is so much value that Patrick Patterson brings to the table. That jumper. Boy, you've got to worry about this guy inside and out.
And there's the call on Lou Williams. That'll be his second foul of the game. Thompson surveying the floor. Looking for Chris. He gets it there. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got his third assist on the night. Noah with it, working on Chris. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Thompson. And here they come. And it's Wiggins with the jam.
Well, Klay Thompson is as effective on the defensive end as he is on the offensive end. Really good reach there to knock that thing away.
Williams attacking. It's deflected, and it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. A minute 42 left in the fourth. Patterson, that's good.
There are not that many bigs who have Joakim Noah's court vision and court sense. That is unselfishness personified.
Here's Looney. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Los Angeles.
Their hard work on the glass paid off.
I tell you what, they're both excellent rebounding teams, and it was a tough battle underneath all game, and I think ultimately that earned the W.
And so checking out their season record, this game will become their 45th win. And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for George.
This guy has been shot-making all night long. He commands the rock and takes over.
And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. Unhindered, going all the way. And Chris throws it down.
Well, give Steph Curry some props for triggering that break. He makes a great defensive play, and it leads to an easy opportunity.
Here's Patterson. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. And stolen by Patterson. Warriors with the rebound.
You will have to finish harder than that if you want to convert in traffic.
Shoots from 12. Here's Thompson. Back to Chris. Fires the 3. Curry can't get it to go. Patterson with it. Now Green defending. Magruder passes to Patterson. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Convincing lead with very little time remaining, and the fans are pumped.
Well, they're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt, GA. They know it's theirs to lose at this point.
And stolen by Chris. Curry attacking, and that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession.
Coming onto the floor for your Clippers, Landry
Thompson from long range. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
Well, this is his specialty, right? Klay Thompson's shooting form from range, so pretty.
Missed. So the Clippers winning this one easily. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K
upper and lower body fluid, and goaltend.
Now, you started an amazing group, Ball Like Her. Talk more about that.
Yes, Ball Like Her is basically a safe place for all women gamers from all walks of life. You know, women supporting women, empowering women to do, streaming, create content without a fear of, oh, you're a girl, you can't play video games, or go get in the kitchen, or the crazy things that we hear on a day-to-day basis. It's basically a safe place. So for any women gamers out there that are
There's a look at downtown Los Angeles. And as the players love it. Thank you, David. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Collins plays the 4 with Nurkic at the 5. And it's Anthony in at the 3, the small forward. And for Los Angeles, Ivica Zubac is out there with Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the 2-guard spot.
Really, with that level of speed and power, it is so difficult to keep Leonard from scoring on the drive.
Many thought the Raptors or Lakers would land Kawhi, but in the end, he came to the Clippers to write his own legacy. Returning to Southern Cal, where he grew up, was a big part of his decision. The big surprise was how Kawhi was out recruiting other stars behind the scenes to join him with the Clippers.
Well, the determination there by Nurkic pressures the D into getting a little bit too physical with him on that shot.
And so, Brent, you and I know the legend of Nurkic. Back in Bosnia, a sports agent read an article about a huge policeman, 7 foot, 400 pounds, and this agent tracked down this policeman and asked him, do you have a son?
Well, that son is Jusuf Nurkic, the guy you're seeing out there, and 14 years of age, Jusuf Nurkic had never played the game of basketball, so the agent took him under the wing, and the rest pretty much history here, Kevin.
I like that story.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time. Now, here's Collins. Kicks it out to Lillard. From deep three-point range, the long-distance 3 is buried.
Well, Lillard and Steph Curry, we talk about their unlimited range on display that time from Damian.
Yep, it counts.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
Anthony with it. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Memphis.
The other part of his game was the outstanding D. Shot blocking is a huge momentum shifter, and his 2 blocks really turned the game in their team's favor.
Now, here's Lillard. McCollum feeling it out a bit. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Nurkic getting more and more comfortable at finding the open men on this team.
Leonard the pass to George. Good D by McCollum.
And there's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the 2-hand slam. Anthony with the block.
How about Melo rising up quick to that one there? Nice shot block.
Stolen by George. Beverly against Lillard. Morris outside. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. The pass to Beverly. He dishes it to Morris. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Brandon, looking ahead to the playoffs, when you made your first postseason appearance, were you surprised by the intensity you found once you got there?
Kevin, it was my second season. I was playing for the Clippers, so getting into the playoffs was quite miraculous on its own accord for the organization. But the level of detail in the playoffs and intensity in the playoffs, they know everything that you're going to do. And we were playing against the Utah Jazz, which at that time...
Some pretty good players.
Yes, Karl Malone, John Stockton, Jeff Hornacek, the great Jerry Sloan as the head coach. It was a wonderful experience, but you understood that the playoffs were different. Absolutely something different in terms of the intensity and what it is that that team knew about you.
Here's Lillard. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Whiteside, and Whiteside stays right with it. Whiteside's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Yeah, there's not a rebound that Whiteside cannot get to when he's floating around the charge circle, reaches up, snatches that one down.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
And there's the call on Lou Williams. That's his first foul for the Clippers. Landry Shamet's checked in for Marcus Morris, and it's Jackson in for Paul George. Gets a hand on it. Great positioning on the putback.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
To the paint, and it's Green with the jam.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Trent passes to Hezonja. Here's Trent. And 1:01 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Hezonja. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Two teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
Clippers trail by 8. Down low and stolen by Hezonja. Passes it to Trent. For the 3. The putback, and Whiteside stays right with it. Whiteside's got 6 points.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Here's Jackson, and the layup's good off the glass.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Pass to Whiteside. And now, here's Hezonja. Back to Whiteside. Here's Trent. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Yeah, second chance points, a huge issue right now. They're getting steamrolled inside.
Here's Jackson. Little with the rebound. Pass to Whiteside. Portland, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
Interesting with the game shifting to the pace and space about where Whiteside fits into the puzzle. he is still a double-double threat down on the inside and can be taken advantage of on nights.
And so it's the Portland Trail Blazers. The leadership mantle, something that Damian Lillard
A lot of responsibility when things go bad.
Right on the money as always. Lillard has excelled in that leadership role.
I mean, he plays with so much confidence and composure, but also it's the way he includes his teammates and gets to know them as individuals that makes him a franchise player.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And guys, the Trailblazers enjoying a nice lead here.
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
They couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
On the court right now for the Trailblazers. Hezonja at the 4 and Whiteside at the 5. Then it's Little, and it's Trent in at the 2-guard spot. Now here's Whiteside. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. And finished off by Hezonja.
And just scrapes and claws for that offensive rebound and doesn't take any chances there with the put.
And GA, strong work all around. And the rebound and the stuff both. Wow.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket, guys, still shaking. Kicks it to Little. The pass to Whiteside. Converts on the jumper for the easy 2. Whiteside's got 9.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And it's been talked about for some time, but last summer the Heat finally decided to pull the trigger on Hassan Whiteside. Traded to Portland for Leonard and Harkless. Whiteside and the Heat had soured on each other in the trade. A chance for both sides to have a fresh start.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Morris is checked in for JaMychal Green. Paul George comes in for Lou Williams. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Reggie Jackson.
And Nurkic getting up there and waiting that rim.
Trailblazers leading by 14. And there's a whistle. That goes on Landry Shamet. That's his first foul. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Lillard way outside from beyond the arc and then some. He's got 9.
Yeah, keep thinking that he can't shoot it from there and he'll prove you wrong. Lillard lofts one of those high arching bombs.
Here's George. Rebound by Nurkic. And Collins has got the ball here for Portland. 17-point lead, their biggest. Got that one up quick. Collins has got his first points in this one.
Balance, such a key to consistent shooting, and Collins shows it there.
Pass to Morris. He's off on that one, so the Trailblazers will take it the other way. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies. Collins passes to Lillard. Whistle blows, basket is good, so a chance here for a three-point play.
Yeah, Lillard is fearless, able to take that hit and calmly knock one down and one.
Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Landry Shamet. Brent, with offensive rebounding, which players can you count on to create second chance opportunities every game they play?
Well, Giannis in Milwaukee does a pretty good job with his length, grabbing boards and being able to go back in and cause some problems for the defense. Rudy Gobert is always around the rim, both defensively and offensively. DeAndre Jordan did that for years. It'll be interesting to see, if he can continue that role down there to be a putback and a stick-back guy.
And the 4-year, $196 million Supermax extension signed by Damian Lillard this offseason. Dame Dollar living up to one of his many nicknames, but money well spent by the Blazers.
I mean, every year since his rookie campaign, Lillard gets the maximum attention from defenses. They're schemed to slow him down. That's what's so impressive about the numbers that he's put up throughout his career.
The Clippers shooting their first free throw of the night here. Portland leading by 19 points. He kicks it to McCollum. Back to Lillard to the middle. Here's Collins, and it's sent back by Leonard.
And that's the thing we know about Leonard. As a defender, on the ball, off the ball, he's rarely out of any play.
For Los Angeles, they've gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. Doubled by McCollum. Beverly, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
The Clippers shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
Well, Portland being up there in the PNW, that's the Pacific Northwest, always means a lot of air miles. Matter of fact, they lead the league pretty much every year in distance travel.
And it's Lillard missing.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Count that one. Leonard's got 8.
When you're a veteran player like Paul George, you understand that even 24 seconds is a long time. Great patience to wait for that play.
Now, here's Lillard, and yes, it's good.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Beverly against Lillard. And Beverly kicks to Morris. Clippers moving the ball around. Back to Zubac. On the wing, Morris. And that's a foul called on Zach Collins. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The Clippers shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. JaMychal Green comes in for Ivica Zubac, and it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverly. Here's McCollum, and he converts the layup.
Lots of ways that CJ can burn you right there. Super effective on the inside.
Jackson down low. Lays it up and banks it in. He's got 6.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Lillard from deep three-point land. And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the Portland. Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back. Damian Lillard has been having a big night. He had 14 points, 4 assists. And that should...
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure Coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
They've got Morris, Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac, and it's Leonard in at the 3 slot. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Doc Rivers. He gets that one. Beverly's got 10 points.
The strength from Patrick Beverly is impressive. Takes the punishment. I don't think he minds it one bit and still converts.
Lillard outside. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession. Long range from the inbound. It's rebounded by Leonard.
He really suffocated him there, guys. Just excellent work.
When he was drafted, Damian Lillard said he wanted to go to the Blazers with the 6th pick. The opportunity to play right away and be embraced by the city of Portland.
Inside, and Anthony gets it to go on the assist by Lillard. Lillard's got 5 assists tonight.
Lillard becoming better at staying patient, knowing that at any point in a possession, he can take advantage of somebody. That time he found the open man.
And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. And Damian Lillard says, Greg, win or lose, he wants to stay in Portland. He keeps his residence there year-round.
And talk about his loyalty. In high school, lightly recruited. He ends up committing to Weber State. His senior year, all the big schools come calling. And Lillard kept his commitment. That shows you how he's built.
Now, here's Lillard. He's got 14. Here's Anthony. Banked in off the glass. Anthony's got 6 here in this quarter.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Here's George. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Damian Lillard.
Paul George put his defender in the blender right there. Tough for him to guard that kind of possession.
For the Clippers, Andriy Shamet comes in for Ivica Zubac. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverley. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, tampering is a touchy subject, but it's a word we're hearing more often. Teams want to retain their star players, but they know that there's always talk during a season. Now, teams can only express interest in a player when he hits free agency. But players can talk amongst each other freely all season. Star players like LeBron James are tied into their front offices. Some people wonder if there's much of a difference between what the player says and what his team is thinking. Kevin?
Good point, David. Thank you.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And the Clippers making a change here. Green's checked in, and the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Anthony's checked in for Mario Hezonja. Now here's Williams. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Hassan Whiteside. Just an incredible month of basketball. Second in rebounding, second in blocks, and he's right there among the most efficient scorers in our league. Third overall in field goal percentage.
And again, look what he's done so far this season. Wiping the boards clean, ranking second in the league in rebounds. Outstanding effort. Williams, that's good. Williams has got 6.
I like to see Lou Williams hustle like this, looking determined to get past everybody and be ahead of the pack.
Trent passes to Simons. Knocks it loose, and it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Leonard. And the Clippers making a change here. Jackson's checked in. Portland moving the ball around.
2 minutes left.
Anthony left side. 6 to shoot. Lays it up off the glass. Anthony's got 8 points in the quarter. And the movement to bring the NBA back to Seattle, the Pacific Northwest. Brent, you played there half a decade. I know you've got fond memories. How much does that city love the NBA?
The Seattle fans are incredible, and I don't know how much,
knowledgeable.
Yes, and how much longer do we have to keep talking about how we want a team in Seattle?
One of the great cities in this country.
A fantastic place to play, to live, and the city is starved to get the Sonics back up there in the Greeny Bowl.
And they'll support them.
Oh, there's no question about it. So the time is ticking, and everybody's excited about the opportunity in the near future for the team to return.
The shot's good. Shamet's got his first 2 points of the night.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around it.
Here's Simons. Tries again. Whiteside, the pass to Simons. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. A chance to check out Los Angeles' upcoming schedule. On Friday, they'll face off against DeAndre Jordan and the Brooklyn Nets. And then on Saturday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans.
And for that game against the Nuggets, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire.
For the Trailblazers, Collins comes in for Yusuf Nurkic, and it's C.J. McCollum in for Anthony Simmons. And here's Anthony from the arc. He can't hit that time. And the Clippers will come the other way. Their next game, playing at home, is the Nets coming to town. That'll be the second of 4 games at home for them. 2 free throws. And it looks like, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And that's a foul called on Zach Collins. That'll be his second foul of the game. 23 seconds left in the third. Clippers trail by 17. Here's Beverly. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
That's a pretty impressive finish for Montrezl Harrell.
Beverly against Lillard. Collins dishes to Lillard. Good on the shot. Lillard's got 16 points.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
And so it's Portland out in front by. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, Greg, is peripheral vision.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. 4th quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. On the floor for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Collins is out there with Whiteside, and it's Anthony in at the small forward. And that one's good, Lillard.
Is it possible his sweet touch is getting sweeter, guys?
And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for Los Angeles. It's an 18-point game. Zubac kicks to Morris. Back to Zubac. Stolen by Collins. Anthony with it. Leonard picks him up. Deflects the pass. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Anthony.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
George is checked in for the Clippers. And for the Clippers, they're shooting wonderfully up to this point, 67%. Here's Beverly and McCollum with the block.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Nobody near Lillard. And again, it's Portland converting.
Yeah, all night long he's just been on it. He's feeling it, and Lillard will start to call his own number in some of these sets.
Here's Beverly, and he uses the glass on the layup. Beverly's got 4 this quarter.
Maybe he's thinking at this point, man, somebody's got to help me. I can't do this all by myself.
Cullen passes to Lillard. The putback, it's hauled in by Los Angeles. And now the Clippers on the break. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. Trailblazers leading by 18. Here's Whiteside. Kicks it out to Collins. The open shot, Lillard. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Lillard's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Oh, he's effective in the catch and shoot dating back to his college days. Lillard has brought that skill to the pros.
And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
And that is just a deflating error on his part.
Yeah, he knows he shouldn't have made it, and that's just really overall a frustrating sequence that hopefully doesn't stick with him.
Nurkic checked in for the Trailblazers. There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
Great hustle on display, and you know what? It's paying off with those second chance points.
On the wing, Morris. And the 3-ball is good.
And a guy with more of a mid-range game, Morris can still jack it up from deep if you give him enough space and time.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That's his 4th foul of the contest. Ray, you know, the NBA not the only league with great players and great play. Talk about some of the other prominent leagues around the world. There's some terrific competition.
Some great competition overseas in the Turkish leagues. Some very good players that play in the Russian league. There are some great players who are coming out of Australia, and we're actually seeing players now skip playing in the G League to go down to Australia to start their development and professional careers. So when we talk about the world game, Kevin, we're not joking around. It's a very real thing, and we continue to invite the best players that we can find, and they come from all over.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Trent passes to Nurkic. Shot clock at 6. Here's Trent. Here's the 3. It's rebounded by Noah. 1:31 left in the 4th quarter of this one. Here's Magruder. Drops it in from 14 feet away. Magruder's got his first bucket in this one.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Trailblazers.
One of the areas that has been critical for them, the second chance points we've seen from them tonight.
A huge factor in this one, Kevin. The hustle on the offensive glass, the willingness to go after those rebounds, that was key.
And so taking a look at their record, a nice milestone they'll be picking up tonight. 30 wins on the year now.
And really, they finally got something good to happen against this team. The last 2 games they faced them weren't nearly as productive.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Lillard.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
Here's Adams. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's on Reggie Jackson.
So I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Free throw good, Adams. And so Adams nails both of them. Jackson against Collins. He can't get that one to fall. And the Trailblazers going the other way. Collins passes to Nurkic. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town.
And they've won the rebound battle so far, and it's translated to the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's not just about stopping the offense in the scouting report. It's about knowing where to be when those shots are going to be missed, and they're doing a nice job on the rebounding.
Here's Magruder. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were, thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks.